Caterpillar hammers are precisely matched to CAT excavators, backhoe loaders, and compact equipment for excellent performance and durability in a wide range of applications. A variety of sizes and tool options make CAT hammers the ideal choice for all your braking needs. The following information has been produced by Caterpillar to help customers maximize product performance and durability, while minimizing overall owning and operating cost. Please review the basic hammer operating techniques and maintenance practices that are presented in this video before operating your Caterpillar hammer. All personnel involved with the maintenance and operation of these hammers should also review the material. Never operate or conduct maintenance on the hammer unless you understand the safety information in this video and in the owner's manual. Failure to recognize and follow the safety instructions for the hammer could result in personal injury or death. Proper steps must be taken to ensure operator and worksite safety. The use of a front window guard is required when using a hydraulic hammer. Proper safe working distances must be followed. Proper personal protective equipment must be used. Consult your dealer for further details. Refer to the specific operation and maintenance information for the host machine requirements. Consult your Caterpillar dealer for the proper installation and setup of the auxiliary circuit for the hammer. If the machine flow capability is greater than the hammer maximum flow, the machine must be set using a flow meter. Proper machine setup is critical for hammer operation. As with all Caterpillar equipment, always consult your Caterpillar dealer as the need for additional information arises. The information presented in this video is divided into 3 sections: maintenance, operating techniques, and tool selection. Correctly maintaining your Caterpillar hammer is required in order to minimize downtime and maximize productivity. Following the correct maintenance intervals will provide a lower owning and operating cost for your hammer. This section will cover walk-around inspection, tool greasing, bushing and tool inspection, hammer storage, and annual dealer service. At the start of each shift, prior to starting the machine, the hammer and machine require a thorough walk-around inspection. Be sure all hydraulic connections are tight and are secured properly. Inspect the hammer for any loose bolts, oil leaks, broken, worn, or missing parts. Inspect the housing and rock claw for cracks and wear. Fix all problems before operating the hammer. The hammer tool must be properly greased to prevent excessive wear of the tool and bushings. Proper greasing will help prevent tool breakage. Caterpillar hammer paste is recommended for greasing of the hammer tool. Always grease the hammer in the vertical position with weight on the hammer tool. Greasing the hammer without weight on the tool can result in lower piston seal failure. For manual greasing of the hammer, first locate the grease access points. The grease access points can be found on the lower side of the hammer and have been marked with appropriate decals. The grease fitting uses a check ball to retain grease. Inspect and replace any missing or defective grease fittings. For large series hammers, H115s and up, remove the protective rubber plugs covering each grease fitting. Apply 10 to 15 strokes from the grease gun to each of the 2 grease fittings. For hammers with a single grease fitting, apply 15 to 20 strokes from the grease gun. On all large series hammers, reinstall the rubber plugs after greasing. If an automatic lubrication system is used, the grease lines, connections, and grease fittings must be checked daily. Confirm the grease reservoir or grease cartridge is full. The hammer is sufficiently greased when a band of grease is visible around the tool just outside the bottom of the hammer following operation. As a general rule, manual greasing of the hammer is required every 2 hours of operation. However, you should always adapt greasing intervals based on your application. Every 50 machine hours or once per week, you should remove the hammer tool. Inspect the hammer tool and bushings for wear. Proper guidance of the hammer tool by the tool bushings is critical to extending the life of the hammer's internal components. Therefore, inspection of both the tool and lower bushing are a very important part of scheduled preventative maintenance for your Caterpillar hammer. To remove the tool on hammers H115 and up, position the hammer on blocks in a horizontal position. Refer to your hammer's operation and maintenance manual for tool retainer pin and hammer tool removal. Inspect the tool retaining pins for any cracks or excessive wear. When removing the tool weight may require the use of an appropriate lifting device. Refer to the operation and maintenance manual for the wear limits on your specific hammer. Inspect the hammer tool for excessive wear in the bushing bearing areas and in the retaining pin slots. Any burrs or raised material found in the tool retaining pin slot area can be removed with a hand grinder. After the tool has been removed and inspected, check the lower bushing for wear. The lower bushings on Caterpillar hammers are a slip-fit design and can be serviced in the field. Refer to the operation and maintenance manual for your hammer bushing type. Most hammer models have grease grooves inside the lower bushing that serve as wear indicators. If the first groove above the bushing dust seal is worn away, but part or all of the second groove is visible, the bushing on models H115 and above can be rotated and reused. If the second groove is worn completely away, the bushing must be replaced. For models without grease grooves, measure the inside diameter of the bushing in its most heavily worn area. Refer to the service information for reuse or replace criteria for the lower bushing. On hammer models H35DS through H65DS, the tool bushing is a one-piece assembly. When storing the hydraulic hammer, always take the necessary precautions to prevent contamination and corrosion. At the end of each shift, the hammer should be stored in a vertical position with the downforce on the tool. Whether the hammer is installed on or off the machine, it is critical the hydraulic ports are never left open and exposed to the environment. Contamination can damage the hammer as well as the machine upon startup. Whenever removing the hammer from the machine, be sure to relieve any hydraulic pressure. Refer to your machine's operation and maintenance manual for instruction on how to relieve the hydraulic pressure in the auxiliary circuit. If the hammer is not to be used for a long period of time, the following steps must be taken. All hydraulic ports must be plugged. Remove the tool and lightly apply grease to the tool and bushings. Apply rust-inhibiting oil to the exposed surfaces of the piston. The hammer must then be secured in a vertical position using a suitable hammer storage stand. Every 100 machine hours or every 2 weeks, remove the side shields to inspect top and side buffers for cracks. Every 1,000 machine hours or once per year, the hydraulic hammer must be reconditioned as part of preventative maintenance. It is recommended the service be conducted by your authorized Caterpillar dealer. All seals, membranes, and grease fittings will be replaced, along with any additional wear components based on inspection. To review, the following preventative maintenance is required for your Caterpillar hammer. General walk-around, daily before operation. Grease hammer tool, every 2 machine hours or 4 times per 8-hour shift. Bushing and tool inspection, every 50 machine hours or weekly. Top and side buffer inspection, every 100 machine hours or every 2 weeks. Annual dealer service, every 1,000 machine hours or annually. This preventative maintenance will ensure hours of trouble-free operation and help prevent catastrophic failure. Operating technique will undoubtedly have the single largest effect on the performance and durability of your Caterpillar hammer. Correct operation can significantly boost production and minimize machine downtime, both of which lower overall operating costs. Poor operation can result in both hammer and machine failure. The most common result of poor operation is tool breakage. The following section provides a basic guide for correct hammer operation, along with the most common problems observed in the field. The basic procedure is the same regardless of the model size and can be adapted to each particular application. Make sure that you understand and follow the instructions and warnings in the owner's manual to ensure safe operation. Machines operating the hammer must be equipped with front window guards. Contact your Caterpillar dealer if you have any questions regarding the safe operation of the hammer and machine. For most applications, the engine RPM should be set at maximum to optimize hammer production and allow for maximum cooling of the machine hydraulic system. For machines equipped with a monitor system, ensure that the correct hammer model has been selected in the monitor menu. Never operate the hammer in bucket no tool mode. Damage to the hammer will result. Position the machine in front of the material to be broken so that the hammer can reach the material without operating the hydraulic cylinders near the end of the stroke. Position the hammer between the tracks or tires. Stabilizers must be used if equipped. Operating the hammer over the side of the machine can make the machine unstable and place excessive loads on the undercarriage of tracked machines. Position the hammer tool as close to 90 degrees to the material as possible. Operating at an angle to the material will accelerate tool bushing wear and may result in tool failure. Only after the hammer is positioned on the material with weight on the tool should it be activated. Once the hammer tool is positioned correctly over the material to be broken, feed the tool into the material. Enough feed force should be applied so that the front end of the machine feels light. The front wheels, stabilizers, or tracks should just start to lift from the ground. However, they should not be completely raised so that there is visible daylight. It is important to maintain this feel as the hammer breaks through the material. Do not operate the hammer for more than 15 seconds in one location continuously. If the tool is not penetrating the material, reposition the hammer. Excessive operation in one location is not productive due to the accumulation of dust between the tool and material to be broken. Repositioning the tool allows grease to flow between the tool and bushings, minimizing heat and premature wear. Do not operate the hammer with an oil temperature above 80 degrees Celsius or 176 degrees Fahrenheit. Continued operation above this temperature will result in reduced seal life and the possibility of internal damage due to reduced oil viscosity. Stop the hammer as soon as the material fractures, and do not allow the hammer to fall through the broken material. That could result in blank firing and impact damage. Blank firing is not only damaging to the hammer tool, but also to the internal components of the hammer. The large D-series hammers are equipped with blank fire protection. These are basic operating techniques. There are also several other things you need to keep in mind when operating a Caterpillar hammer. Do not pry with the hammer tool. Prying causes high stresses on the hammer assembly and leads to tool failure. Do not operate the hammer underwater without proper modifications, as damage to both hammer and machine will result. Underwater operation is defined as the water level anywhere above the tool retaining pins. Consult your Caterpillar dealer for information on the modifications required for underwater hammer operation. Do not lift objects with the hammer. Damage to the hammer and the machine will result. Do not operate the hammer with machine cylinders at the end of their stroke range. Do not use the hammer to excavate, sweep, grade, or otherwise move material. For large hammers, the lowest portion of the housing, rock claw, can be used to reposition material. Do not attempt to move material with the housing above this rock claw, or damage will result. Do not move material with the tool, as it may break.